Previously on Talk That Talk.
You know, as a percussion instructor for many, many years and working with different universities, I'm also a person who probably just like everybody on here, you've worked with the inner city kids. We don't work with these private kids. We work with the public student kids. We work with the kids who really ain't came from nothing. We done took them off the streets by giving them something. They ain't doing this. We done took them out of basketball. We done took them out of everything. They done went to college. They done marched. They done marched SWAC, MEAC, all of that. And we see it now. Listening to what a lot of these kids have said in the past, and it kind of made me like, whoa. So I was a rote teacher a lot from that '05 to '08 era. There was some reading. You know, I teach you the basics, the one-iana, you know, and things of that nature. But as far as playing syncopated beats, I got to teach you for this competition that we got to go in. I don't have time to actually teach you how to read right now. I just got to teach you how to win this competition. And so when we get to the next level, I had a student tell me, he was like, well, Mr. Woods, I don't understand why I got to learn how to read music. And I was like, you got to learn how to read music. So let me say this. I 100% agree. Anytime you tap a pad or a drum, you should know how to write that. You should know how to notate it. But here's the argument that, because I also listen to the younger generation or just the generation who's really not in it. Mr. Woods, I'm going to college. I just want to chop. I'm going for physical education. I don't want to be a band director. I don't need a scholarship. I just want to chop on the drum line. So now you got, okay, well, you're going to run into an issue if you go to certain schools like, I can't even name a certain school. It's a lot of schools that throw out that sheet music. So they're like, I just want to go to this school and chop because they don't think that school is reading. When I went to Jackson State in 2005, I didn't complete the year, but the very first thing that I heard was, man, Jackson State ain't reading no music when it comes to marching band cadences. Jackson State ain't doing this, blah, blah, blah. Soon as I get there, the first thing they do is hand me a sheet music of Bear. So it's a mental thing to like, I thought y'all said y'all wasn't reading no music. No, that's what you was told. And then, yeah, there was some rote teaching, absolutely. But for the most part, they also did what Mr. Davis did. They had a catalog. I'm going to teach you this. Oh, you can't learn this? Okay, well, now let me give you this, because we all know that there's certain students that we're going to play something, we're going to play copycat. Oh, you don't know that? Okay, here, let me give you this piece of paper, and then they kill it. So the discrepancy for a lot of the percussionists is, why do I need to learn how to read music if this is not my major? I'm not on scholarship. I just want to chop on the line. And then foremost, once I get done with college, I don't plan on picking up my sticks. I just want to rep my section. I just want to throw up my side. I just want to, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm listening to the younger ones say that, and I'm kind of like, hey, they got a point, but no, you got to take it a different route, because a lot of the kids that I've encountered is, yeah, I'm on scholarship. You can't get around that, my boy. You're going to have to do symphonic band and concert band. You got to learn that music. I can't help you. And your mom ain't going to pay that school bill, so you got to learn the music. But I also understand the crowd that's saying, I just want to go to Dega, Lane, North Carolina. I just want to chop. I'm not on scholarship. My mom and them got this other grants and stuff paid for. I just want to chop. And then what I say to them is, if that school is producing music and they got a book, you out of luck. And so I think it's like one of those things to where it's like a case-by-case scenario, kind of like how you got a lot of kids who go to the SEC and ACC. They have no intention of going to the NFL. They just want to get their college paid for. And so now I know that's a different segue, because it's not rudiments, it's not the 12 scales, it's not so much of that, but I think it's a fine line between.
No, you still got to learn the playbook.
You got to learn the playbook.
If you can't read your playbook, you will not get in that game, because you don't know what you're supposed to be doing.
But the playbook can go different from the scales. The scales are set 26, 40, 12 scales. Playbook is, I think it's not even really playbook, even though I agree with you saying. It's really not even playbook. It's attributes. you can be a phenomenal athlete, but if you mess up at that combine. So I think, you know what I mean? But, and so to end it all, and I'll switch it over to y'all, I definitely agree with the rote teaching, because that's something I did. I didn't learn how to read music in high school. I was an athlete. I was in track and wrestling. I'm from Ohio. I was a wrestling cat. I had scholarship to go to Iowa State. Like, my little self was picking up, slamming people. But I also had a band director that went to Jackson State, rest in peace, 1986. She was, Tall Betty Sigma. She was Soror and everything. That she told me, with your talent, you can't do nothing without this unless you got the eye of the music. Now, that's what changed me. Paul Adams, he jumped in, and, I had people kind of jump in and tie in. But I think with me, I just listened to the younger generation. I listened to the ones who, man, you got natural chops, but you can't read. How can I get you to the next level? I think that's where my connection comes in with that.